What if I told you that two companies you rarely think about are actually responsible for almost everything happening inside your digital world? Every time you open your laptop, play a game, watch a video, or even use artificial intelligence tools, there are hidden technologies working in the background. Today, we are going to explore two of those most important companies in the world of computing, AMD and Micron. Now, here is the most important thing to understand from the beginning. AMD and Micron are not direct competitors. They do not fight in the same category, and they do not make the same products. But even though they are completely different, they are both absolutely essential for modern technology. One focuses on processing power while the other focuses on memory and storage. Without either one of them, your devices would not function properly. Let's begin with AMD, which stands for Advanced Micro Devices. AMD is one of the most important companies in the semiconductor industry. It started as a small competitor many decades ago, trying to compete with much larger companies in the processor market. At that time, the competition was extremely tough, and AMD had to struggle to survive. But instead of giving up, AMD focused on innovation. It started improving its processor designs, increasing performance, and reducing costs. Over time, this strategy helped AMD grow into one of the biggest names in the technology world. Today, AMD is considered a major competitor to industry giants in both processors and graphics cards. AMD designs high-performance processors that are used in computers, laptops, gaming systems, and data centers. A processor is basically the brain of a computer. It performs all calculations, executes instructions, and handles the main workload of the system. Whenever you open an application or run a program, it is the processor that is doing the work behind the scenes. One of AMD's most successful product lines is called Ryzen. Ryzen processors are widely known for their strong performance, efficiency, and affordability. These processors are used by gamers, video editors, programmers, and professionals who need high computing power. Another important product line is Radeon, which focuses on graphics processing units or GPUs. These are essential for gaming, video rendering, and any task that requires visual performance. AMD has built a strong reputation in both CPU and GPU markets. Over the years, AMD has competed with major companies in the tech industry. In many cases, it has been able to offer better performance at a lower price. This has helped AMD gain a strong position in gaming PCs, laptops, and even server environments. But AMD alone cannot make a complete system. A processor needs memory to function properly, and this is where the second company comes in. Now let's talk about Micron, a company that operates in a completely different area of technology. While AMD focuses on processing power, Micron focuses on memory and data storage. This means Micron does not build processors or graphics cards. Instead, it builds the components that store and manage data inside your devices. Micron is one of the world's leading manufacturers of memory technologies. It produces DRAM, which stands for Dynamic Random Access Memory, and NAND flash, which is used in storage devices like SSDs, smartphones, and memory cards. To understand Micron's role, think about your computer. Whenever you open an application, load a file, or switch between programs, your system is constantly reading and writing data. That process depends entirely on memory. Without memory, your computer would not be able to function at all. DRAM is used as temporary memory inside your system. It helps your computer run multiple tasks at the same time. NAND flash, on the other hand, is used for long-term storage. It stores your files, applications, photos, videos, and operating system data. Micron plays a critical role in making all of this possible. Without memory technology, even the most powerful processor would not be able to function efficiently. Every device you use today, smartphones, laptops, gaming consoles, and cloud servers, relies heavily on memory technology. Micron's products are used by many major technology companies around the world. It supplies memory chips that are integrated into millions of devices globally. Even though most users never see Micron directly, its technology is inside almost every electronic device. Now, here is where things become interesting. While AMD is highly visible because it directly affects performance and speed, Micron works quietly in the background. But without Micron, no system could even start properly. Now let's connect both companies together to understand the full picture. AMD is responsible for processing power. It performs calculations, runs software, and handles all computing tasks. You can think of AMD as the brain of a computer system. It is responsible for thinking, analyzing, and executing instructions. Micron, on the other hand, is responsible for memory. It stores data and ensures that the processor can quickly access the information it needs. You can think of Micron as the memory system that supports the brain. AMD focuses on speed, performance, and computation. Micron focuses on storage, data access, and memory efficiency. Even though their roles are different, both are equally important. A powerful processor without good memory will still perform poorly because it has to wait for data. Similarly, fast memory without a strong processor cannot be used effectively. This creates a perfect balance in modern computing systems. Every device you use depends on both processing power and memory working together. In gaming systems, AMD processors are often responsible for delivering high frame rates and smooth gameplay. But without fast memory from companies like Micron, even the best processor would struggle to maintain performance. In data centers and cloud computing environments, both companies become even more important. These systems handle massive amounts of data every second, and they require both powerful processing and extremely fast memory systems. Artificial intelligence is another area where both companies play a critical role. AI systems require large amounts of data processing power as well as high-speed memory access. Without either one, AI systems would slow down or fail to function properly. As technology continues to advance, especially in areas like AI, gaming, and cloud computing, the importance of both AMD and Micron will continue to grow. Future systems will require even more powerful processors and even faster memory technologies. So instead of thinking of AMD and Micron as competitors, it is more accurate to think of them as partners in technology. They are both solving different parts of the same problem, making computers faster, smarter, and more efficient. AMD drives performance by making processors faster and more powerful. Micron supports that performance by making memory faster and more efficient. AMD is more visible because it directly affects user experience. Micron is less visible but equally important because it forms the foundation of memory systems. In the end, both companies are essential for modern computing. Without AMD, there would be no processing power. Without Micron, there would be no memory. Together, they make everything possible. So the next time you use your computer, play a game, or open an application, remember that AMD is handling the performance. while Micron is managing the memory behind the scenes, working together silently to power your digital world.